So I've been sat here for like 5 minutes thinking of a proper way to open up this video. And I couldn't find any way to do it. I'm getting hit with some like unwarranted anxiety. Not like anybody is really ever gonna watch this. Well, yeah, no. Besides, like I don't know. I guess Caravan, hey Caravan, uh, and some like people who might just randomly stumble upon a bunch of videos on the internet called BIgBoi rambles, thinking like, what the fuck is a big boy and what is a ramble? Because I misspelled rambles. I just noticed that after like 5 months of uploading the first fucking BIgBoi rambles. I just noticed it. That's really good. Well, let's start this. My name is BIgBoi, and welcome to BIgBoi Rambles, Part 5, the end of Red Evangelion. Well, I hope it's the last time I ever recorded BIgBoi Rambles. Well, maybe one in another like 6 months or something. Uh, Doing my duty to upload content on this dead YouTube channel that nobody cares about. All right. I'm not recording this with my phone because I feel like this video is gonna be at least over 10 minutes long, maybe even 15, maybe even 20. I don't know. And on the screen, I put up a picture of Kiriakos Grizzly, and like he's going to. I fucking. Why am I explaining it? You guys can see it. I'm stupid. Yeah, I guess you can enjoy this uh, audio-visual psychosis as a vlog or podcast. Since fucking Caracas with Noobs has been on hiatus again for like I don't even know. When was the last time I recorded that? I guess it's almost been like half a year since we went on hiatus again. But never mind that. I opened up a notepad on what am I going to talk about today, and I already talked about the ending of BIgBoi Rambles. I looks like I misspelled Rambles in my notepad too. Awesome. Uh, well, yeah, that's that. It's ending. Don't worry about it. Well, I don't know if you want to listen to fucking psychotic ramblings of some idiot in Eastern Europe. Maybe you can find something else on YouTube. I don't know. And now I'm gonna move on to why I made BIgBoi Rambles. I this time I didn't misspell Rambles. That's good. And I shortened BIgBoi to BB, BB distance. All right, BIgBoi Rambles. Started out as well back when I used to work in retail in like a shitty supermarket for. I only worked there for like 3 days. Yeah, I'm weak. I couldn't last any longer. Not that I exactly wanted to last any longer there. Well, I kind of did. My plan was to work there for like say like 3 months, but not looking back on it, that was unrealistic at all. Like, no fucking way. I am working in the worst paying possible job in the middle of nowhere. Like, that was quite frankly the worst and the least amount of money I could have made living in the middle of nowhere, working in a supermarket. And not like there weren't any other openings. There's a factory like back where I live. Be at it, it might have been like backbreaking work, but at least it wasn't minimum wage. You know, fucking an unlivable wage. Um, uh, I'm not really good at this. This is gonna be awkward. I'm not gonna edit this, by the way. It's gonna be like a one shot type of thing. Not that I even if I wanted to edit this, it probably would have taken me like a bunch of like I want to say like 3 months. The year was gonna be over before I even attempted to fucking edit this. So yeah, back on topic. Why I made Big Boy Rambles. Back in like the first day I worked there, the first night I was working, I got like I was mad anxious that night. I don't know why. Well, in retrospect, I know why. I was anxious that I was gonna fucking work there for 3 months. Out of, that was gonna be out of my mind working in quite possibly one of the worst depressing worst fucking most depressing ass jobs possible. Like retail is more or less some one of the most depressing places you could be where you can find yourself at, especially when everybody around you has like some clear uh, depression or like anger issues as much as everybody there had. They were either my coworkers were either terribly miserable or like really angry all the time. They would just fucking explode at you anything. It was like no more, never again. All right, that was that. I don't know how to segue into topics. I guess I'm gonna go on to what's been going on and how I decided to make this video because I've been planning on it for like 2 weeks now. I told Caravan about it. Uh, the plan was to make this like an actually meaningful big boy rambles rather than like me feeling shitty about working in retail and like at least a little bit edited. I don't know how Joker 2019 and book qualifies as edited, but I digress. Um, sorry. Yeah, that's probably gonna peak my dog shit microphone. Uh, Not that I care enough to edit it out. Fuck you. Right. This big boy rambles. Uh, Thinking. Never mind. I thought I had some like fucking serial killer enter my house and like was gonna fucking murder me right here and there. Moved out by the way, out of living in the middle of nowhere. Now I live like in a place that's not as middle of nowhere, but kind of middle of nowhere. If that makes any sense. Uh, Excuse me while I have lifted myself up from my computer. I was trying to find some weapon to defend myself with in case there really is a murderer inside my house. If not, I'm just gonna have to give this motherfucker some beefy hands, boy. Alright, so this big boy rambles. The last one, how I decided to make this. One of the main topics that's gonna be reoccurring in this is my, I guess, mental health. Uh, I don't know how to put this. As far as I know, I don't have any underlying mental health issues besides me being kind of a doofus. Like any actually serious mental health issues, say depression or a chronic, fucking chronic anxiety. That I don't know if that exists. BPD or whatever. You get the idea. At least for now, I'm pretty sure I don't need to be on meds. But what I do have a problem with is past and unresolved trauma. Um, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I guess that's my main issue. Well, that and some sort of self-destructive behavior that I kind of unfortunately have unconsciously developed for a while. I'm now aware of it, thank God, and can make some serious efforts into fighting it and like maybe finding ways to, you know, take the self-destructive behavior and at least turn it into something more creative, or at least something that's not gonna perhaps kill me. Oh shit. This is not as easy as I thought. At first I was thinking I'm gonna record this in English because it allows me to disconnect myself from what I'm talking. Usually this seems to be the case. Like when I'm not talking in Romanian, I can more easily disconnect myself from the issue at hand, become a little bit more objective rather than subjective. But it seems that I'm too aware of what I'm actually talking about. So yeah, guess that failed. Right. Uh, about 1 week ago was the first time I went into therapy, into psychotherapy. I hope I said that right because I've been like uh whatever. I went to see a psychologist for the first time. Next Monday I'm gonna go again. I'm recording this on Friday, the 5th of November 2021, and yeah, I gotta say it was something. I've been planning on going to a psychologist for a while now. Like, it's not just something that randomly sparked into my head one day. I was like, yeah, I should do that. I should throw away some of my money that I'm, managing to scrape by as a student, uh, to, just randomly go to see a fucking therapist. Why not? That's what people do when they're bored out of their minds. They go see fucking trained professionals. No, I've been planning on it for, I want to say, at least 3 to 4 months, as like late April, May. That's for how long I've been planning on. It's been like, a random thought in my head for longer than that, but it's been clear in my mind that, yeah, I have to go. I unfortunately have reached a point in my life where I cannot, or at least I cannot progress further, or at least at a reasonable pace without some professional help. Um, why am I saying this? Because this trauma shit that I have, it really sucks pee. Really sucks pee, and really should have done something about it when I was younger, and not when I'm 20. Not that I'm really old, but still, I wish I would have done this at least, fuck, 4 years ago. But I was too anxious back then, or whatever, or skeptical of psychotherapy or whatever. Fuck. I'm aware that I'm not on point at all. So if you're actually made it this far, please bear with me. I'm gonna try and get through like the 6 points I put up on this notepad, and it seems that I've been recording for like 15 minutes. That's always expected. All right, psychotherapy. Talked about that. Talked about going there. The experience was nice. It's actually, you know, it feels good to be able to talk to someone like openly, no problem, and they're like trained on listening to people's problems and other stuff, rather than me just going to one of my friends and like doing that. Not to say that appealing to your close one and close ones and like loved ones is bad, but sometimes you can't really get all the help you need from, say a friend or a lover or your parents, and you need to make an extra step, and that's what I'm doing. Um, I'm gonna to not segue any further into a psychotic rambling. I'm gonna talk about the last straw that you know made me go to therapy and why I'm going to therapy, my trauma, and I'm gonna end it at that. So, the last point that made me want to go to therapy is uh, I'm in college now and I've signed up for this, and I knew when I was gonna record this that I'm gonna forget what the word is called. It's like some college association for students, and I'm like an intern there. Maybe you get the point, but I really don't know the fucking word right now. I just don't know it, and I generally know it. I have like a it's on the top, it's on the tip of my tongue, and I just can't put my finger on. So yeah, be at it. I'm in that, and I'm in two departments. I'm in one that's external relationships, and the education department, and whatever. And the first time I had anything to do with this department was on one night where he called all of us, all the people that are in the association, regardless of department, to a general meeting sorts of thing. Nothing really important, just like everybody presenting themselves. What this thing is gonna be about, what are we gonna do, how are we gonna help, what yada yada, things like that. Getting to know each other, and when I got in, I was coming from my girlfriend's place, and we had a bit of a fight, and it went kind of shitty. Like it went shitty, but by the time I got to college at night, I was supposed to be at my college at like 8 p.m. Uh, we're made up. We're still kind of tense, but not that it did too much of a number on me. I was like, no, we fought, but we made up. Whatever, that's what couples do, I suppose. Sometimes people fight, and you know, you come to the realization once you calm down that, wow, yeah, that was stupid. Fuck me, why did we do that? Um, yeah, doing that, I got to college and was a big room, like amphitheater in the college where everybody met. There was like, I want to say at least 100 people, something about that, something around that number. Anyway, easily at least over 80 people. And I didn't really knew that many people. Like I saw some familiar faces. Someone that was my like girlfriend's friend. I saw some acquaintances, and I saw a guy that we've hanged out a bunch of times. I guess we're like buddies, not real friends, but buddies. And it was like, hey, is that seat taken? Like next to him was like, nah, man, come on, sit down. I like talking. Hey, what's up? How's college? How's whatever? College just started like 5 weeks ago. I was like, yeah, yeah, you doing that? Yeah, that's cool. And why you here? Blah blah blah. And we're talking about what we're gonna do next after we leave the meeting in an hour. I was like, so what you doing, my friend? He was like, nah, not much, man. How about you? You wanna go to this bar? There's like this in my college town. There's this bar that's like on the vibe it gives off is like rustic, old. It's mostly a place where metalheads go hang out and get drunk on like shitty beer. I'm, yeah, that's about it. It's nice, I suppose. Don't really go there that much nowadays. And I was like, yeah, sure, yeah, I'm gonna go. We can grab a beer, I suppose. And one thing I you should maybe know about me is that uh, I don't want to say I'm an alcoholic, but I have had a problem. I don't want to. The reason I say problem, it sounds like I'm putting in parentheses. It's because I don't want to call it a problem when maybe it's not, but I don't want to be like, a problem. Like I don't have a problem. I can handle my alcohol, just fine and dandy. Uh, so yeah, just for the sake of convenience, I'm gonna call it a problem. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is. Whatever. And I've had a good run for about a year on being sober. Unfortunately, due to some events that we're going to talk about later, on my birthday in August, I broke that year and got fuckface drunk. And then, came the hangover and blah, blah, blah. We're going to talk about that later. Back on topic. Yeah, and, talking about, you want to go to beer? Yeah, yeah, sure, why not? Met with another buddy of his, and people from those departments were also meeting there. It was like a big old happy family. We're gonna go there, talk for like a while, maybe play some Uno or whatever, drink a beer, maybe get a little tipsy, then go home and wake up and go to college because this was on a Wednesday night. I know this it only happened like 2 or 3 weeks, so 2 or 3 weeks ago. All right, so I go there. The meeting ends. We meet up more people. I go to my house. I pick some clothes. Then I go to the bar, and the night starts off like I think it was like 9. I tell my girl. I message my girlfriend, and I tell her, yeah, I'm gonna be here for a while. It's like, oh, okay, be careful, all that. Message me when you can, so she doesn't get worried, understandably. Uh, and talking about it, um, yeah, it's getting a little bit harder, but not that hard. I don't have much of a problem about talking about my my skeletons. I suppose skeletons in the closet. I can be pretty open about some things, but I digress. Um, so doing this, yeah, I tell her my phone is running out of a battery. I was at like 15 when the night started. I didn't tell her this. Maybe I should have, in retrospect, because I didn't really want to use my phone that much because my phone is all sorts of fucked. Like I cannot close or open the screen. Sorry, burp. Close or open the the fucking screen, regardless of what I do or how I press the button. It's a Motorola, and like Motorola phones have this thing where if you shake it around, it opens the camera, and they do that, this and that. Maybe you get it, maybe you don't. It's not relevant. I just can't close the screen while I'm pressing the button, so my battery is always gonna run empty. And if the phone closes itself, I'm fucked because I can't open it because the button that boots and reboots your phone doesn't work if doesn't fucking work. So I'm like, okay, I can't run out of batteries, or I'm gonna spend like another half an hour trying to open it, like the last time it ran out of battery. So I'm not really messaging her that much, and I'm out drinking. Uh, so yeah, that's a recipe for disaster. So we order a beer, a pint, 1 liter pint. Me and this other guys, we go talk with each other, blah blah blah. And one thing that I used to do in the past, why I called my alcohol usage a problem, is me drinking to overcome my social anxiety. Nowadays, I don't really need to do it. Uh, I'll still kind of cheat and maybe have like a small beer, you know, if it comes to it, and drink it throughout the night if I'm somewhere, or not even the night, just anywhere at this point, if it's appropriate to have a drink. So yeah, I'm doing this, and one of the uh, from one of the departments, I don't know which one, not that it's relevant. This girl comes around, and she's like older than us with 1 or 2 years, and she's like, "Oh, you guys enjoying the night? You guys enjoying this little community of ours?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, it's cool, it's cool. You guys having a beer? Yeah, yeah, blah blah blah." Uh, you know, I was already getting tipsy since being 1 year sober. One pint of beer is gonna do me in dirty. Like 2 years ago, one pint of beer would have been fucking nothing. I'm telling you this, boy. Nope, no way, no how. That wasn't gonna do anything for me. I was at best gonna be like a little bit shaky and more open, but one pint of beer, not gonna cut it. So hopefully you couldn't hear me farting. Fuck, I'm such a slob. So doing this, I get to talking with this girl, and she's getting to know each other. We're like, oh, fun, fun, fun. Um, and again, trying not hard to segue. It comes to me and her were talking about. um I don't know how the conversation segued, but it segued into family members. More specifically, our brothers, because I have an older brother, which I almost never mention, and she has one too, which she almost never mentions. And uh, how do I put this? My and her brother didn't know each other. Okay, that's not going to be important. We're both losers in life that leech off of our families, are hooked on fuck knows what, amphetamines, or just like lazy fucking bum stoners doing nothing, being total disappointments, violent alcoholics, the good stuff. And yeah, I guess this is where I tell you that this is what's related to my trauma. Uh, I have pretty much never been able to find someone that relates to my problem. I found people that can empathize with it, but never someone that can relate to it, uh, which has made me feel like I'm more or less alone. Like, yeah, you'll get yeah, I get, I have friends and I have, a girlfriend, and they've all been very understanding of, my problem, but no one could relate. And it's not like I wish, this on anybody. It's fucking terrible. But, it's, I would lie if I say it wasn't at least some sort of a desire to be able to find someone that relates. So, uh, and so, as she told me this, that she relates, we both in the same boat. I something just triggered. I got something triggered in my brain. I just got really angry, and I've out of no, not I don't know if out of nowhere, but I really wanted to start harming myself. Not, like cutting myself or anything of the sorts. I've never done that, you know, rather than at least, just a scratch. But um, I've, the way I harm myself when it comes down to it, which I hope I don't do it again, at least until the fucking year ends, is un unregulated and copious amounts of drinking. and this night's almost been different. But start with drinking. After she said this, I went inside. I got another pint, and I downed it. Fucking less than 10 minutes. Another little liter of beer goes down my throat. I get significantly drunker. When everybody goes outside to smoke, I go to. Uh, no, I'm gonna mention this. I've been a smoker for about 2 years. I've quit, but I still get my usual craving of the old nicotine, and I was fucked enough, and in my maniacal episode of self destruction that I was gonna smoke. I That was set in my mind. I want to smoke. I don't fucking care. Fuck my sobriety. Fuck the 3 months or whatever, or like 2 months I've had of being nicotine free. I don't care. I want a cigarette, but and this is a but. I wanted specifically to find someone that smokes uh, camel short. I don't know, the small fucking camel cigarettes, the classics, because those were my favorite cigarettes. Or someone that smokes Lucky Strikes or Viceroys or Marlboro Reds. I've always smoked the shittiest, fucking most smelliest, hardest cigarettes that you can possibly buy. And much to my demise, no one was smoking that there. Everybody was smoking like Dunhill or weaker cigarettes, and I was like, ah, fuck it, I guess not. And something relating to my past. Okay, no, I'm not gonna go there. So I had no cigarettes, but I had alcohol. Alcohol. We got back inside, and the lady that worked the bar asked us, "The bar is closing down soon. Does anybody else want anything?" Um, yeah, worked the counter. Sorry, the bar was open for one more hour after that, but you couldn't order. You could stay in. And I was looking at the guys I came in with. I was like, "Hey guys, want to drink again?" I was like, "Nah, man. I'm good. I'm good." And I was like, "Oh fuck." Like, for a second, I was like, "Oh, this is stupid. Maybe I'm gonna stop here, go home. It's not late. I'm just gonna message my girlfriend, say I had a little bit of beer. I'm gonna be okay. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna go to sleep. I need to go to class tomorrow. Online class. I had some online classes that day. Uh, but some Moldovan fucking from the fucking Republic of Moldova, metalhead, short guy with long hair called Boris. I fuck you not. His name was Boris. Comes in as like, and Moldovians sometimes have like a little bit of a Russian accent, or like different, like Kieker, is something like yes. That's how they talk. Not being racist to my Moldovan buddies, gang shit. It's like, "Hello guys, I'm here. My name is Boris," and he was talking throughout the night with other people. I don't fucking know if he's a student or whatever. I think he is, but he's like an older, almost finished. Is almost finishing college. I think he's writing his bachelor degree thesis. Uh, is like, "Come over to my place. I have gin tonic. We can get fucked." That was in the talks, and meanwhile in the back, here was I, big boy. Uh, in my maniacal episodes. And this sounds silly, but for a while I've been playing Disco Elysium on and off. And I want to say this: that game is written beautifully, and you can totally get like Harry Dubois or Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau that looks and feels kind of like you. And I guess right now my character's apolitical and like sorry cop type beat, just kind of how I feel myself. Um, doing that, and I kept fucking the whole night through. I was like disco, disco, this, disco, that. I don't know why. I just I was like, yeah, I want to dance some disco and shit. I was just dancing alone in the street, making a fool of myself. But most people there were kind of drunk too, so nobody was really paying attention to me. So I'm doing this and that, being a fool, a drunken fool, and I've, due to my past, I've been able to develop this like easy characterization of someone that does drugs or I can buy drugs from. Uh, because to be honest, most of the time you can. I don't want to sound like I'm doing characterizations of people or fucking profiling someone, but let's be honest here. Dealers most of the time do dress like they're dealers. Like, no doubt about it. You can find a dealer easily if you know what a shady motherfucker looks like. And I found this guy. He wasn't that shady, but he did strike me as someone that does amphetamines every now and then. And I'm gonna say this: I've never in my life snorted any drug. The only thing I snorted for a meme was salt, which burnt my nose like a motherfucker for an hour. So that's irrelevant, and I can't. Even if I really wanted to, I don't think I can because I have a hole in my sinus from a tooth infection I had. But in my stuck in my maniacal episode, I really wanted to do drugs. Like, the only drugs I've ever really done are weed, which I don't really like anymore because I'm too anxious to enjoy it. Alcohol, which I've been drunk enough times to know what to do and how to handle it and hide it a bit, and nicotine, which has been for a while my drug of choice while I was sober on alcohol. And I go to this guy's like, "Hey, you do speed? You do methadone? You do a little bit of the old the meth?" I was like, "Yeah, man, I like amphetamines. I get down." As you know, that's something, unfortunately, something that's getting casually, the fuck, I don't know the word to do. It was like, think you can hook a brother up, you wanna do some blow, you wanna do some cane, you wanna do some K, you wanna do some whatever. And he's like, nah, man, all my guys are probably sleeping or they're at a party or something, right? And I was like, motherfucker, I can't even get my hands on drugs when I want drugs. Uh, it's so stupid. By the way, if anybody from my personal life ever listens to this and they get this far, say my girlfriend or family members, which I doubt, please bear in mind that as of me recording this, I am okay, and I am truly sorry if what you're hearing hurts you, and even friends. I'm sorry if this hurts you in any way, but I gotta be straight and forthcoming with my problems if I want to fix them. So, no alcohol. I had to wait until we go to this guy's house, apartment. Uh, of any snortables? No. And this guy that's in my college and we're studying kinesiology together comes to me like, "Hey, man, uh, I got some weed, man. You wanna smoke some weed? I'm gonna go to the dorm and pick up the weed, and we can smoke it at Boris's place." And like, even in my drunken stupor, I was like, I don't really want to smoke weed, man. I'm good. I don't want to weed. I don't want to do weed. I'm already fucked. If I'm doing weed, that's gonna be even worse. So no weed. Good enough. I really didn't want to do weed. Um, no weed, no amphetamines, no whatever. Um, and we were going to this guy's place, and everybody, the bar closed. We were outside, people smoking, whatever, still asking for cigarettes every now and then. Uh, oh fuck! I was looking at the car outside. I thought that was someone I knew. Sorry. No, no, blah blah blah. We're outside. We're chilling. I was just randomly talking to people because when I'm fucked, I get from my usual introverted kind of sitting in the back just talking to like one or two people. i get I just become like the most extroverted person possibly. I have nothing to hide, no anxiety whatsoever. I'm just out there. I'm like shaking and want to dance, so everybody's like, fuck you doing, man? Oh, let's get a party going, boys. um, and the girl I was telling you about, she was sober, had like a beer or whatever through the whole night. And sorry for the burp. And oh, this video is already 40 minutes. Holy shit! We're not even halfway through, I guess. Uh, I'm gonna try and like make this shorter because my housemate is supposed to come home in like 20 minutes or so. Yeah, talking to her, and Boris is like, "Let's go to my place." Everybody's like, "Yeah, Boris' place." I'm like, "Oh yeah, Boris' place, alcohol." And she's sitting next to me. Is like, "Yeah, alcohol." And I'm like, "Alcohol and drugs." And she's like, "No drugs, Theo. Please stay calm. Please don't fucking do drugs, you drunken maniac." Because she was already worrying for me and she just met me. Ah, fuck. So we're going to this guy's place. We land there, and some people were out going to buy some like snacks. I asked the guy, "Hey, buy me something sweet. I want something sweet." He bought me like chocolate. Um, and I'm in the kitchen with Boris and some other people. The kitchen became the smoking area at being an Eastern European house party, or house party fucking was much of a party. We're like 10 people in a cramped apartment drinking. Not that fun, not what I would qualify in my sober and not inebriated state as fun. So we landed Boris's place in the kitchen. We're doing he's mixing up some gin and some tonic water, and he's like, I was kind of in the state where, seeing as I couldn't get my hands on drugs or whatever, just like, I'm gonna have like a glass and I'm gonna go home. And he's like, I'm gonna mix you one up there, don't fucking worry about it. And I mixed it up first. I was more tonic water than gin, just enough gin so it gives it like the gin taste, which I don't even really like gin. Gin is such a shitty fucking drink. Uh, So I put more. It's like, man, this shit sucks. Let me put more gin. And I was like shaking. My vision was all fucked. I couldn't see what he was doing. And when I drank it, it was more gin than fucking tonic water. I was like, what the fuck are you doing, man? This is too much, you asshole. Like, of course, I drank half of it. And then, like, 5 minutes after that, I was nearing the last. I was at the last checkpoint that I could have reached of inebriation before total fucking blackout. I was already barely being able to speak, could barely walk, could barely talk, could barely do anything. And for the rest of the night, I was just kind of like a sorry asshole. I puked a bunch of times. Uh, I did smoke a cigarette, which, at least fortunately, if anybody listening has ever been drunk enough, when you smoke a cigarette, you don't really feel like, your brain working to give you all that dopamine release, or at least like enjoy the taste. Not that the taste of a cigarette is really any good. It fucking sucks. It's tar and hand-picked fucking tobacco by children in third world countries. So I smoked it. Didn't even feel the release of like dopamine in my brain to make me want to smoke more. I don't even know how I smoked it. Uh, Threw it away. Was like 2:30 a.m. Everybody was having fun besides me being fucked, and I decided to go home. I went out. Probably not a good idea to go home nearing the point of a blackout or to let someone do that, but I managed. I got home. I crashed. I was hungover for the whole day, even into the night, late night. I was like still sh- feeling terrible. And in the morning, I messaged my girlfriend. I'm like, "Hey, I here's what I did." And understandably, she got mad. We were supposed to hang out that day, and she was like, "Do you still want to hang out?" I was like, "Yeah, please." And we hanged out for like 2 hours because I had to go to a class in person late night, and you know when we met, it was sucky to say the least. Like for a while, we didn't even talk. We just looked at each other while I was fucking eating a pretzel because I didn't eat anything that day, and I got like a pretzel from a fast food place, and she understandably chewed me out, and I was pretty sure that was like I went out the house that day with me knowing that it's over. It's probably over. I can wholeheartedly accept why someone wouldn't want to be around me after that. But it turns out that that wasn't the case. Still together, thank God. So yeah, that was the last straw of how I ended up in therapy. Uh, Now I've kind of briefly mentioned it, but my past traumas are related to my loser brother that as of now I can put my hand on my heart on the Bible, whatever, and say I hate him and I could never wish anything good for him. He unfortunately lives rent free in my head. If some fucking guy who thinks he can make a funny meme about it, whatever. Yeah, I hate him. He's been for the better part of a decade nothing but a nuisance for me or my family. Well, my parents probably, I think they still do love him. I guess you can't mistake paternal love for much of anything, but brotherly love, I don't know what to tell you. Uh, it's not as how holy shit.